All right, guys, welcome back. We're getting really close to the 24-hour race. It is Tuesday. It doesn't sound that close, but when there's issues, it gets really to be crunch time because we're leaving Friday for the race. So we're slamming the bikes together, the 125s that is. We'll give you a little walk around here. Wasn't really going to do a video tonight, but it's pretty exciting. We're always building stuff. So this is Braxton's TTR 110, and he told me it was sticking wide open the other day, and I didn't believe him. And I'll attach a video right now of what that bike was doing. So he definitely had probable cause. I'll show you that now. And then little Dan's over here. So thankful to have these guys slam tires on. They're kind of the pros when it comes to the bibs. They've been running them forever. So we've already got the bibs on the main 125, we'll call it. So bibs and tires are on. For some reason, I decided to go with like a 120 rear bib. So I was going to run this bib in my personal bike. These guys like to run the 110s. So I didn't have a Geomax, MX53 in stock. So we had to go with an AT81 because that's all I had in the 120 width. But we do have the MX3S on the front there. So that's what we're gonna run on the front. And so the backup bike, we'll call it, this is the other 125. This one is getting the preferred 110, 118 in that MX53. And little Dan over there was working on the front one right now. And maybe where some of the drama, unfortunately, tonight is we ordered the coolant hose kit. Oh, I already carried it up front. I sent Beta an email right away. So we ordered a coolant hose kit, the Samco kit. It was tagged correctly. I had the right part number, so not Jared's fault. But the kit inside the bag was 100% wrong. And so we didn't have a hose kit until Mark went and got his bike. So we're stealing. This is Mark's 200 race edition right here in the middle. We're stealing his coolant hose kit for the weekend. So he actually just got 7th overall at the Wainoa, starting in the AA vet line. He won AA vet, 7th overall, had a killer race, super pumped for him. And then Danny, what were you, 9th overall this weekend? Yeah. So little Dan, AA line, runs a 250. Oh, I got a really cool shot of Dan on the whole shot. I'll include that here. So little Dan killed it on the start. And this is our cross trainer that we're building for the Hard Enduro. This bike, we just got our diode pack. If you guys checked out our video, every time we would plug the negative or turn the negative, it's still unplugged. Every time I hooked the negative terminal up to the battery, all of our lights would come on, like on the dash and these lights. So Beta said try a new diode pack, so we did. I'm gonna shoot another video on this bike later because the throttle is sticking on it. Well, the sun's hitting it, and so it's not as bad. But right here, there's grip glue inside of here. You can kind of hear it. Dangerous, super dangerous. So every new bike that we set up, we take the throttles apart. So you want to get that quad out of here? You can head out. Go ahead. Trying to get stuff put away for the night. We were so busy today. I think like the final count was 3 ATVs, 2 sport side-by-sides, 2 UTVs, and I sold 2 tractors. So dude, what a killer Tuesday. This is just a brand new 300 that just came in for the showroom. And then this over here is a brand new 300 race edition. It is the last 300 race edition of the year. I just logged on to try to get a second one for a guy today, and that's the last one of the year. So sad to see the race editions are being sold out, but that means 2024s are coming. So little Dan, we're doing the Nitro Moose bibs, by the way. That's what we're putting on here. This is that stock front rim on the, I guess it's a 2020, is our spare bike. And then another bike that we're having issues with is this used Husqvarna. It's been sitting out front, and I noticed today there was a puddle under it, and the oil injection pump is leaking oil, and I think the guys just moved it. It was sitting up further, and there's a puddle where the oil's kind of catching. So Husqvarna here, oil injected. We need to figure out why it's leaking oil. So we'll get that wrapped up, and as we get this bike more done, we'll jump back in. All right, guys, the night is winding down. We're making our final list of stuff we need to get. So let's see. Our skid plate. We didn't want to take it back off to do oil change, and of course it's caught on the bottom of it. But this is basically our race bike without graphics. Hopefully they show up tomorrow. I'd be really happy to get those on tomorrow. And then this is our backup 125. She's pretty much ready to roll as well. And we changed oil on that. It's pretty milky. So the only thing I'm kind of bummed out about is IMS didn't give me, with the tank, in the corner here, we need the knuckle to for the vent. So I didn't get that with it. So We're actually going to take this gas tank back off and run Danny Fortner's race tank because his has a slam can anyway. So I guess without this one even working, we'll take this off and I'll get a hold of IMS because what I'm referring to as the gimbal turns here is that little plug right there. So we need that for the tank to vent, otherwise it's just gonna create a vacuum in there and it's not gonna work. So other than that, I think the spare bike is pretty much ready to rock and roll. We eliminated the turn signal switch on the bottom here, and that's what's cool about these beta switches. You guys might not know that, but if you take that Phillips screw out, you can slide the turn signal block off. So unless your bike is street legal, get that off of there. And then you just left with a high beam, low beam, and no horn, but it's still on there. So kill switch, this bike's pretty much cleaned up, ready to go. Pretty darn happy with it. We're not gonna graphic this bike. We just got our standard 3Cs graphics on this one. I think we're super happy with that. Tires and bibs are all on, so one more video before we head to the race is going to be just kind of like packing the trailer and the van and giving you guys like what that bike actually looks like with graphics on it. So thanks for watching. We'll see you guys soon.